Hello Ronlings. I think I need to move quickly because it's starting to look really bleak. Look at that, really black clouds coming. So I'll keep this brief, well brief for me, you know me, I'd prattle on for ages. Today is going to be the opposite of stealth. I'm going to just set up in front of everybody, not care about trying to keep quiet. Well, not that I'm a loud person, not worried about trying to keep the noise down, not worried about trying to cover myself up, and not worry about who's watching. I'm just going to balls out, set up in front of everyone, and we'll see what happens. I wanted to take my new tent to the beach. I came here a while ago in the van. I wanted to set up on the beach, and I really wanted to do that, and I didn't want to stealth it by turning up here really late at night when there's nobody about and it's really dark. I wanted to do it while I wanted to spend time on here. I didn't want to just like sneak in, snake out, and I just thought, well, how am I going to do that with all these people around? And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to, it'd be an interesting experiment. It's not exactly a busy beach per se, because I'm at the non-touristy end, but there's lots of dog walkers, people around and stuff like that, so it's a bit unnerving. I'm a bit anxious about just setting up in front of everyone. I don't know if all beaches are the same, but certainly this one, it's kind of for the public. You can come and go as you please, stay as long as you like within reason, but you're not allowed to sort of live here. So if you start popping your tent out or building a house or something, that's when you cross over into like, hey, what are you doing? Because you shouldn't be doing that. They don't patrol the beach per se, so it'll only be down to people complaining and calling the council or the police or whatever and getting me moved on. So it's just down to how everyone else feels about me being here, because it's a public beach and, you know, it doesn't get policed really. So this is going to be interesting. I may get turfed out, I may have an argument with someone, or I may just get away with it and just camp and have a lovely day. With the amount of dog walkers around, I'll be gobsmacked if I get through the whole night without some dog peeing on my tent. But we'll see how it goes. I'll set up now. I'm not going to do nothing now till I'm set up, because I'm losing the light and I really think it's going to come down. Oh, this is embarrassing. I started setting up and everyone's looking at me as they're walking past. This is the first time I've ever done this. I'm so exposed. Now, these cars just drove past. Did they police the beach? I don't know. I just feel such an idiot. I've always hidden. There's never anyone about when I do this, and I've got hundreds of people walking past me. The problem I have with this is it's just loose stone, and that's the design thing I don't like about the vestibule, is that it relies on tension to make the vestibule. There's no frame in there, and so it's a bit saggy. I have to be in shot. I haven't plugged my mic in. It's a bit saggy. I pulled it out. When you push it into the stones, and it just starts to come out again, because you are just putting it in stones. So for once, because I never do this, I've actually put the guy ropes out as well, just to help with some stability, because I've just forgot to put the middle ones out. I've got to do them as well, but yeah, just to help with some stability, because there's a bit of a constant wind, not a massively strong one, but a constant wind, and I felt more comfortable putting the guy ropes out to hold it down, just to give it a bit extra, rather than it relying on just a few like I normally do. We'll see how it goes. I mean, any strong winds coming up, and this isn't going to stay here, because loose stones aren't enough to keep pegs down. So I have a piece of new today. Let me move you closer. I always do that. I always start the camera and then go, ooh, let me move you closer. I haven't got my glasses, so everything's a bit blurred, so I'm hoping this is all tickety boo. Anyway, so I have a piece of new. It's a Rab Stratosphere 5.5. 5.5 being the R rating. It's an odd buy because normally I buy stuff because something doesn't work, or it's perhaps not good quality and on an upgrade, or this is none of the above. My mat is my sleeping pad is normally a Unigear, and I absolutely love it. It's been going a while now without any problems. It's comfortable. I'm a side sleeper. It feels fine on the side. I love it because it's so wide. I love it because you can drop your arms by the side of it if they're out of the bed and they're still on the sleeping pad. They don't go onto the floor. So I absolutely love it. So like, why are you getting rid of it? Because my foil mat is much narrower, so the sleeping pad spills over the edge, and I don't want a wider foil mat. I like the one I've got. I like it that width, and I don't want it any bigger. I don't want to just start getting bigger and bigger and everything. So I want, the places I camp, I tend to squeeze it into small spaces where I kind of don't have a choice of what the undergrowth is like, and although I make sure nothing sharp penetrates, I'm not comfortable with the fact that potentially a root or something is pushing against the pad all night because it's not on the foil. Because my foil mat is thick, lovely, rubbly, and super thick, with foil on the top as well, and it's a really good protector. So I don't want to replace that or change that or anything to make it wider and then essentially making it heavier. So I bought a narrow one. And why this one? Because I don't want to buy one for because it's summer. Why a winter one? Because it's a 5.5 R rating. It's a high R rating, if not the highest, I'm not sure. But why do you want to do that instead? Because I can't really afford to buy one for summer and then have to buy one again, and then I'll end up with like 5 million mats. So I went straight for the winter one. And my theory is, because I'm not a sleeper that needs I like to have a cover over me, but I don't need one. So in the summer, especially last summer, I just didn't bother bringing a sleeping bag. I just bought the mat and lied on the mat. Why not save space and weight? If I don't need it for warmth and comfort, why bring it? So but I did, even though it's hot sun, it's still uncomfortable because the floor's cold. Even in the hot sun, if you're laying on the grass or mud, the floor's cold, and I did find that my back was a bit chilly. So get a winter one. Don't use a sleeping bag, although I have got one today because I don't think we're quite there yet. But that was the idea. Get a warm one. Get something that'll I just won't, that I can take through the summer because I just won't use a sleeping bag, and then it'll go through to the winter. And I reviewed everything. I looked at everything. In my opinion, this is the best. You could pay more, you could pay less, you can pay more, and in my opinion, this is the best for the money. And that's why I went with it. I'll show you in a minute, all pumped up. What I like about it, it has a ginormous pump sack. My Unigear has, the bag it comes in is a pump sack, and you pull it a little bit out and make it bigger, but it's still tiny. And the one before that, the Trekology UL80, didn't come with one. I had to buy a one, and they're not cheap. Maybe I didn't know what ones fitted, what one didn't, so I had to buy a Trekology one to make sure, and it was really expensive. This comes with a ginormous one. I'll show you in a minute. Comes with a ginormous pump sack, which also doubles up as a dry bag. I don't use dry bags, but you can use it as a dry bag, and it's enormous, and it comes with it. And I pumped it up because I've tried this already, and it's pumped up in no time. How cool was that? So I'm starting to fall for Rab a little bit, I've got to be honest. But when I sold my house and had a little bit of equity left over, and I kind of could just buy any jacket I wanted, I didn't have to worry about money. I researched, looked, tried them on, tried this, tried that, blah blah blah, and I ended up with, I wanted a thin jacket and a thick jacket, and I ended up with 2 Rabs. And it wasn't because I was trying to go for Rab, it was because they were the nicest jacket and they happened to be Rabs. And then I was looking around for sleeping bag, did the same thing, no particular allegiance to anything, and in my opinion the Rab 900 was the best one for the price, including, you know, you have to think about the price as well. And I did the same again with this, and only now, none of that made me think, oh, Rab, I. Only now I looked around, looked at everything, and I'm back at Rab again. So I'm with the price paid with the purchase of this one, I'm starting to think, oh, Rab. But anyway, the thing I hate about it is when I got it out. Whenever you get something out that's wrapped in a pack, it's always loose, isn't it? Because the factory are the best people in the world to put stuff in the bag, so it's always loose to allow for the fact when you're wrapping it up, it's not going to be as good as the factory. And when this came, it was such a pig to get out. It was so tight, and I'm thinking, that's the factory that's done that. So and that, I'm never going to get that back in, and I couldn't. Well, you wouldn't believe the struggle I had to try and get it into that little thing, and there's little bits poking out the end there, and I took note of how it unwrapped, because I knew this was going to be a pig, and I did it exactly the same, and it failed, and I did it again tighter and smaller, and I still really struggled to get it in there. I really did struggle. That's the only thing I dislike about it so far. I lied on it and watched a film on it, had trouble keeping my eyes open because it's so comfortable, so I hope it's going to be a good one. So that's my piece of new, and that's what I'm going to be using tonight, and I'm quite looking forward to that. Yeah, there she is. So it fits on the mat quite nicely. Arguably do being a little shorter, or the foil mat longer. It fits in there nicely, and not a moment too soon. There's stones under here. You know, I'd really be nervous about using the Unigear with all these stones around. Excuse me, sorry for jiggling you around. And here's what I wanted to show you is the pump stack. Look at the size of this. It's huge. And I was with the Unigear, which took me 6 months to pump up with a tiny little bag. Like, I was this close to buying one of those electric pumps. I don't really want one. They're noisy. I don't really want one. But I was kind of thinking, if I'm keeping this Unigear, I've got to do something better than that, or maybe even a bigger pump sack or something. I don't know. But this is so massive. I don't want to anything else now, because that is perfect. If you're using it as a dry stack, it's quite flimsy, so don't put anything sharp in there. What I thought was cute, I don't know if your camera's going to pick this up, but there's a pair of eyes at the bottom, because it looks like an elephant. I'm not sure you can see it, but there's a pair of eyes screwed up like that, as if they're going well, it made me laugh anyway. So yeah, that's my new thing. I'm quite interested in seeing how that goes tonight. I've got, it's only 127, which is a lot of money, but you know, if you're buying your you can pay a lot more than that for some of these mats that I see people buying, so I don't think it was that bad. Look at that sun. It's disappearing. Just as it's disappearing below the sea there, below the land there. Beautiful. It's made it really gorgeous. I thought it was going to rain earlier. But it's I mean, it still looks a bit iffy, but I think we're alright, especially with that gorgeous sun. Right, I'm going to do you a quick can't see my face. I'll do a quick equipment check. A couple of I don't know how many videos ago, but fairly recently I did a quick equipment check and told you prices and how I come about it. I'm not going to go into all that. I'll just show you everything. The only difference when I did it then, I had a Vango Hydra 200, and I'm trying out this Force at tent, which I've only just bought and used once before. So there you go. Force at tent, Technology chair, I can't remember Andy's table, Chinese long fork, Chinese cook set, bottle of water, and then a Rab jacket, which I think is going to be overkill because it's really hot. Who's this? An OEX Leviathan sleeping bag. I'm not sure that's going to be overkill or not, it's quite windy. Shakeology pillow, and as you saw earlier, the Rab, I can't remember the name of it, I'd have to read the packet again, but you remember in the last video. And a trail, just a trail, it says trail foil mat. And that's today's, other than the meals I shall show you later, that's today's little setup, my new home for the evening. And people are watching me do this, and I feel a bit self-conscious. Is what it is. Some geezer over there fishing. He come in here after I'd already set up, put a tent up, get his rod out, and started flicking it around, flicking his rod around. So and there's another one up there, somebody fishing up there. That makes me feel a little less self-conscious, because you know, other people are here doing stuff as well. And somebody had a fire up there, middle of the day, you know, balls out, fire in the middle of the... it makes me think, well, yes, what I'm doing is mild in comparison to that. So the more I'm spending time here, the more I'm relaxing into it. I was well self-conscious at first, because it's like, everyone's looking at me. But I don't know, maybe it's because time's gone on a bit and all the people that are here for the day sort of gone home, and but no, I don't feel so bad now. At first I was like, oh. But no, this is right. There's a lot of activity still. There's still people walking on the beach and stuff, but I feel more relaxed into it now. Especially when I felt better when Mr. Fisherman turned up on his tent just over there. I was like, oh, thank God there's somebody else here as well. But I mean, he's less. I mean, when you look at him, you go, he's fishing. So yeah, that's what he's doing. When you look at me, you go, what the F's he doing? Because he's got no rods or anything. He's not even at the seafront. So I guess mine's a little bit more, and his is a bit more, yeah, fishing. But nevertheless, I still feel a little bit better having my little fisherman friend next to me on the beach. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna make a drink. I'm gasping. Is it time for a 360? I think it is. See how exposed I am. Oh, hang on. Always the professional. Right, here we go, 360. Fisherman. Yeah, that's today's 360. Yeah, see all the cars. I can't actually see, I haven't got my glasses, so everything's a blur. So God help me if this is all a mess, because I can't see anything. Well, I think I'm pointing in the right place when I'm going. Yeah, there's a bunch of cars parked there. They're quite close. And then, yeah, and there's the sea. And there's like all these, there's quite a few people here. I kind of, maybe the more I do this, the better I get. Yeah, more relaxed I get. I mean, maybe come back here again. Keep doing it in front of everyone. Balls out. Yeah, doing it. Hey, there's another fisherman coming. 2 fishermen. So, this wind thing here, I've had this channel for, I don't know, October, November, December, January, February, March. April, May, June. So I've had this channel for well over a year and a half. Good sort of year and 8 months or something like that, I don't know. And I bought this when I was getting all my kit together. When I first started getting my kit together. Because I see other people using it and thought, that's a good idea. So I bought that to go with all my kit. And I remember a while ago saying that the only thing I had left in my equipment was like the, what was it? I can't remember now. But anyway, I was saying there's anything left in my equipment is the something or other. I can't think off the top of my head what that was. But I neglected this one. Actually, this is I've had since I started camping. But this is the first time I've ever used it. I tested all my equipment out in the garden before I went away donkeys years ago. When I first started the channel, I tested it all in the garden, and I used it then. I didn't really need it, but I used it then. But it's never actually been out camping with me. It's the first time I've used it, because I've never needed it. I was just never windy. I never put my guy ropes up till today. I just don't go on the tops of mountains that have like a, you're like a million miles in the air, and so there's no wind. I'm always in a forest, and there's never any wind in the forest. You're locked away in all the forest, within all the trees and that covering you, and you just don't need it. But now I'm on the beach. There's a constant wind. I'm gonna put my jacket on in a minute. It's a bit chippy. It's a bit chippy. It's a bit chilly, so I'm gonna put my jacket on in a minute. But this is the first time I've used it, and it's the first time I've actually been in any kind of wind. I had to take my hat off. My head was really itchy. Bit chilly. I had to put my coat on. I took my hat off. My head was really, I don't know. I've had it on for a long time, so I was kind of starting to go under the hat, and it's although it's a bit chillier now, it's kind of nice having some fresh air on my barnet. I'll tell you what, I was just scrolling through YouTube, as you do, because this is lovely. I'm just sat here, it's peaceful, there's people about, and I'm getting looked at a lot, but it's absolutely lovely here. Some geezer's coming up to me. I think he's wants to chat. It's a fisherman. No, he didn't. He looked, the whole time he was walking up, he was looking at me. Not in a bad way, it looked like, when people do that, it looks like they're coming to speak to you. He kept looking up and walking a bit and looking at. It just looked like he wanted, it didn't look aggressive. I just mean, it looked like he was going to sort of say, all right, mate, how you doing, what are you doing up here, or something. But he just carried on walking by. So I was scrolling through YouTube, just looking for something to have a look at. Not necessarily camping, just because it knows my search history, a lot of camping stuff comes up. And what really made me laugh, you should try it yourself because it's quite funny. Oh no, it wasn't suggestions. I actually put in a search, I put camping UK or camping search. That was it. No, it wasn't suggestions. I actually put in camping or camping UK or something like that. And what made me laugh is that as I'm scrolling up looking for something, because I don't always just go straight to the people I've subscribed to. I like to sort of try and see if there's anyone else out there that's interesting. So I'm scrolling up, and you wouldn't believe it was like every other picture was somebody going on their thumbnail. It's hilarious. It's like I was scrolling along, and there's so many people, and they're going. It makes me laugh, thumbnails, because on my thumbnails, I mean, admittedly they're quite boring because it's just me going or something. But half the time I don't even remember to take a photo. I have to go into my video and do a screenshot off of what's going on in my video. because I do not like clickbait at all. If I've got something interesting to say or to see, then I'll put on there that I've got something interesting to see. I won't do it. I won't be in like this mad desperation to try and do something in order to get people to look, because it's so kind of dishonest. You know, so many things I've clicked on and then I've gone in there and I think, well, where's that picture then you showed at the beginning? Or you look closely at the thumbnail and it's all superimposed and photoshopped, and you can see it's not real. I've seen pictures with people's hands in a certain position and they've superimposed a gun over the top to try and make it look, you know, nothing to do with camping obviously, because like that would be quite a scary camp. But you know, things like that where you can see that that's not what's going on. You've manipulated that photo just to try and get people to click on it, and sometimes I click on it and that what the photo wasn't even in, whatever was going on in the thumbnail wasn't even in there. But it's so funny to, you know, these people doing all this stuff to try and get you to click on there. And it just made me laugh that there were so many shushes. It was unbelievable. It's like the whole of the UK is doing it quietly and stealthily, and it's just funny. But yeah, I don't do that. All mine are quite boring, but mine are honest. You know, if nothing happens except for camping, then all I can show you is me camping. I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to put a fake photo that wasn't even on there. The amount of people that put. I got caught and I was thrown out, and there was people interrupting my sleep. People. And it's like, why do you go camping? It sounds like a nightmare. It sounds like every time you go out, somebody tries to murder you. It's just every single camp, somebody invades your tent or tries to get in or knocks or scares you. Every camp, no, God, blimey. And it's just, it's become so fake. I don't watch it because it's a clear, desperate attempt to try and get you to click on there, and that makes me feel that there is nothing on there. Then if you have to sort of, you're clearly lying, so that makes me think there is nothing on your video. So I actually don't click on it at all, especially all the shushers, because what you're shushing about? Jeez. Anyway, sorry, just something I thought, and it made me laugh. The shushers made me laugh. It was just something I was thinking. Tesco's chicken curry, just a plain chicken curry, mildly spiced and aromatic, and then just a boil in the bag rice. Is that too loud? Watching The Walking Dead. I've seen it before. I've seen all the series before twice. I've just started it again. It's been about a year since I watched it, so just put it on again. Yeah, so it's basically curry and rice tonight. There was a Ben's boil in the bag rice, which is a bit of a water waster really, because when you need water to obviously cook it, and you can't use that water again. Well, you could, but it's really super milky, and so I don't like using it again, so it's a bit of a waste of water when you're camping. When I'm in my camp van, it's not a problem, because I have a big 5-litre tank of water, and I've got more water than you can shake a stick at, and I don't care then. But perhaps in hindsight it wasn't a good idea to take it camping when you're trying to sort of carry as little as you can. But I will look into getting some microwave rices, because I apologise for getting his name, but there was a comment of a guy who actually gave me some advice on how to cook the best way to cook the microwave meals, the microwave rices in a pot, because you can actually do that. because I mentioned in a previous video that I was a little bit unsure of how to do that, and somebody gave me some advice, which is very nice of him, so I will do that. But I keep forgetting, so I keep bringing the boiler in the bags, which is a bit of a water waster, but I will do it in the future. Getting stared at by someone else. Yeah, when I first started, I was like, oh, there's somebody staring at me, but I'm sort of getting looked at now, and I'm kind of just carrying on talking, and this has been a really good experience to understand, help me get some confidence, and I'm wondering if this confidence I'm getting from doing this today allows me to camp in places that are not worried so much about stealth, like this. It's interesting. Anyway, so sun's finally gone down. There's a tiny bit of light. Obviously the camera won't pick that up. It never picks up small amounts of light. I don't know if this camera's going to pick this up. There's a lovely boat going out to sea. I'll just spin you around slowly. All the lovely lights coming on, and this screen's so small, I don't know if you're seeing it. There's a boat somewhere on there, because I can't actually see. It doesn't help that I haven't got my glasses on either. There's a boat over there, big cruiser ship. And all the lights are coming on the front, not on the front, on the beach. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up. I haven't got my glasses on, so it's blurred, and the screen's like this big, so I don't know if you picked that up. But it's lovely with all the lights coming on the horizon from various ships and bits of land. There's another bit of land over there with lights on it, and the lights coming on over in along the front there, and it's still lovely. It's getting a bit nippy now, but it's absolutely gorgeous out here. I've just sat here and just chilled, had a few moments of just peace and quiet, a few moments watching a bit of Disney Channel I'm on tonight. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to say goodnight, because I'm not quite going to bed yet, but this is the last time there's any point putting the camera on. So unless something absolutely amazing happens, which I doubt, then this is good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. This sleeping pad is amazing, so comfortable. It's super warm as well. When you're lying on it, you can actually feels like there's a heater on there. You can actually feel warmth coming up. It's so warm. And I had to it's not exactly warm this morning, it's a bit chilly, but it's so warm. It's warm enough that I actually unzip the sleeping bag all the way down to the bottom, and he still leaves a little bit of a pocket, you know, because it doesn't zip right down to the feet, so it still leaves a little pocket to put your feet in. And I turned it upside down, just use it as a duvet cover. Allows the sort of air to get in a bit, so you're not, because I tried it as a sleeping bag and I was getting really hot, so I unzipped the whole thing and use it as a duvet cover. It's a bit more comfortable that way anyway, and allows a bit of air, in, so so you're not so hot. And it's really comfortable having it as a duvet anyway. You don't really need a lot. You can buy like down duvet covers and that are really expensive, but like if you can just unzip the sleeping bag, and pull it over you like a duvet anyway, I think it's the point of spending all that kind of money. But
My only annoyance is this pillow. I have to stuff something underneath it. It's just too low. It's really low, and it's literally making my neck ache where it's so low. So I have to stuff things underneath it, and then they slide out, and that's my only annoyance is this pillow. I want something else. I want to try something else. It really does get on my nerves. Yeah, it's not uncomfortable, it's just too small. But
beans and sausages this morning. I bought a can of all-day breakfast as well, which, if I'm honest, I prefer. There's more stuff in it, but today I just couldn't be bothered to wash out. I washed out all my pans last night, and today I thought I can't be bothered to wash the pans out, and this means I can just eat from there and just take rubbish back with me, which is much easier. These do taste lovely. I bought a big case of, had a few other things in it, but the main thing was beans and sausages. And they're really handy. They pack down really small. You don't have to hydrate it or anything like that. You just chuck them in. And I think they're lighter because these hydration packs are thin and light. You still have to add water to them, so you have to bring extra water. These are thin, not especially light, but they don't need hydrating. So I think these are a better option, to be honest. You don't need to bring as much water with you. So that's breakfast. Yum yum. Right then, I'm going to do the outro from the van because I was quite happy to. My daughter's on holiday, so I don't have to actually leave early for school. So I bought a couple of hours extra to sit and enjoy the lovely beach. And I was sitting there, and I thought, oh, the sun's out. I thought, oh, that's nice, the sun's out. That made me look up at the sky, and I looked at the other side of the sky and thought, oh, I don't know about that. You know, the sun's out, it's just kind of deceiving, but the clouds look really suspect. And I thought, I'm going to pack up. And then as I was trying to pack the tent away, the wind started gushing. It was just a gentle breeze all day. The inside of my tent was bone dry. It was a little bit tacky, shall we say, in the morning, but once I'd unzipped the tent and sat outside for a few hours, it dried out, so the tent was completely dry. I thought, well, that's good, I can put that away, I don't have to put it up when I get home and dry it out. But the wind suddenly started getting up, and I thought, oh, that's annoying, because I'm trying to put the tent away. And then as I got the tent away and just literally just finished putting all my stuff in the bag, and I was just at the point where I was gonna pick my bag up, it started to rain quite lightly. And as I walked nearer and nearer the van, it was getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and then it was just throwing it down. So I want to say sort of, oh, I'm lucky I managed to make it with, you know, none of my equipment got wet. But on the other hand, it was my judgment and looking at the weather and going, I don't know. So I'd like to take some of the credit for that. But whatever it was, I just made it into the van when everything just, well, it started like 30 seconds before I got into the van. It's like really coming down heavy. So the tent's all nice and dry, and all my equipment's all nice and dry. I've got a bit of a wet backpack, but that's nothing. So it cut my journey a bit short, my camp a bit short, because I wanted another couple of hours sitting outside. But as it happened, I got all dry equipment, and so it worked out all right in that sense. So anyway, so I'm going to leave it here, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed it. It was quite nerve-wracking at first, but I really eased into it, and I was sitting there, you know, about an hour before the sun went down, and I was thinking, yes, I definitely want to do this again, because yeah, there's no stealth involved, and it was just nice and relaxing, and nobody paid me any mind. A couple of people watching as if to say, what are you doing? But nobody accosted me, nobody hassled me, and it was a really easy one. So yeah, I won't do it again straight away on the beach, because you know, I tend not to do things repetitively, but one day I will definitely come back and do that again, because that was marvelous. Right, so anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.